There was a new update to Red Dead Online today, which was the first title update featuring new content in over 1 year to Red Dead. This new update required players to download the latest patch from Rockstar so they could install the content update and all the game changes that came with it. This title update to Red Dead Online also brought 3 new Telegram missions to the game, some bug fixes, extra quality of life improvements, and more features to Red Dead Online on PC. And today on the show, we will be breaking down all of the changes and fixes in today's new update to Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online. If you enjoy this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. So if you are wondering how big of a download this was, this update was 5 GB on Xbox, 3 GB on PC, and 4.5 GB on PlayStation. Now, starting off with the new content that was added, the community finally received the 3 new Telegram missions that they were promised by Rockstar in July, and these are all hardcore Telegram missions, which means the enemies aren't showing up on the map, for example. The first edition is called In Bad Faith, which you can play solo or with up to 4 players in total, where you capture the 7th generation members and bring them to Skelding's Man. The second Telegram is called Strong Medicine, which again can be played solo or up to 4 people in total, where you steal the 7th generation cult supplies and bring them to Skelding's Man. And the last Telegram is called Sow and Reap, again solo or up to 4 players, where you find the 7th generation cult leader and you bring him to the destination. Now, Rockstar also added 1 new location to 3 existing Telegram missions in Red Dead Online: a 1-horse deal, Rich Pickings, and Outrider basically all got their ambience changed, their locations. You know, 1-horse deal isn't taking place at Emerald Ranch anymore. Rich Pickings isn't taking place at the mayor's house in Saint Denis, and Outrider isn't at Brittlebush Trawl anymore. They're all in different parts of the map, so there's extra variety with those missions, and they honestly feel like new. Now, Rockstar also did go on to add 4 new locations to 2 existing showdown modes, and that's for Hostile Territory and Sport of Kings. But moving on to the general fixes and changes with this title update in terms of all the patch notes. Specifically for the PC platform, we had 3 major changes here. Reflex has been implemented to reduce lag on gamepad only, and this doesn't apply to mouse and keyboard input. Basically, your controller is just going to be more responsive if you're like me and you play Red Dead Online with controller on PC. Improvements have also been made to TAA, or temporal anti-aliasing, in game, so you're going to have more of a clear image and it's not going to be as jagged edges and pixelated. And then AMD Fidelity X Super Resolution, which is FSR 2.0, that's been implemented into the game if you have an AMD graphics card. Moving on to the 7 game stability changes we have. Rockstar fixed several crashing issues with bad data being sent to players in a session that resulted in crashes. There was an issue with players being prompted to their horse to flee that resulted in a crash, and that's been fixed. Rockstar fixed an issue with reconnecting to the network while using the filter menu on the nomination tab of the Rockstar Games Social Club that resulted in a crash. Rockstar fixed an issue when idling in free roam after joining another player that resulted in a crash. They fixed an issue with entering and leaving the Rockstar Games Social Club or the online menu after selecting a tile from the pause menu, which crashed your game. They also fixed an issue with wave number 4 of Call to Arms that would crash your game. And Rockstar also fixed an issue with killing an enemy while out of bounds in Call to Arms that would also crash your game. Now, we have 3 specific game stability patches for PC only. When you would switch sessions from full screen to windowed mode using Alt plus Enter, that would result in a crash, and that's now been fixed. Rockstar fixed an issue when switching to full screen with HDR enabled that resulted in a crash, and Rockstar also fixed an issue that occurred due to no warning prompts being displayed after multiple disconnections and connections of a monitor and an HDMI cable that resulted in a crash. We have 2 changes to matchmaking and networking on all platforms. Rockstar fixed an issue that resulted in malicious players being able to kick other players from Red Dead Online, and they also fixed issues that resulted in players being unable to connect to Rockstar Game Services. So that first one is a great anti-cheat measure here, just to prevent cheaters from kicking other people from the game or crashing their game. And then changes to content. Rockstar fixed an issue where players reported missing ammo for weapons and throwables after launching outlaw opportunities for the Covington Emerald. There was an issue that resulted in players getting stuck while loading into Sport of Kings, which was fixed. Rockstar fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck in a Sport of Kings lobby. There's an issue that resulted in players getting stuck during the free roam event wild animal tagging, which was fixed. They fixed an issue that resulted in players getting stuck on a death screen after dying during hostile territory. They fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to launch the Telegram mission, Rich Pickings, and that's been fixed. There were inconsistencies with the Red Dead Online money and XP payouts for some Telegram missions, and those have been fixed. And the cooldowns that wouldn't be applied after completing Telegram missions have also been fixed. We have 2 shop patches here in the game. An issue has been fixed where players were unable to receive or see any deliveries in the post office, and gunsmith menus that resulted in the UI disappearing. Those have been addressed. 2 more PC-only fixes. If you ran the game in full screen, that would result in HDR being turned off. That is no longer happening, so you're good to go. And also displaying the game in a 4:3 aspect ratio when playing in full screen at 5120 by 1440. That issue has been fixed. We have 5 miscellaneous fixes here in the game to go over. One of them had to deal with placing a wilderness camp that resulted in players getting stuck on a black screen. Another issue allowing players access to the wardrobe during cutscenes. A third issue that resulted in players being unable to accept invites from the player menu. A fourth issue that resulted in animal carcasses placed on horses to not be visible after a certain distance. And lastly, the 5th issue to be fixed that's in the miscellaneous category. Rockstar fixed an issue with aim settings that resulted in players auto-locking onto objects despite the aim lock onto object being set to no. So that's everything that changed and everything that was fixed in the new title update that released for Red Dead Online today. What do you think of the new hardcore Telegram missions? Is that some sort of content that you were looking forward to? Did you even bother to hop on today to try them out? Whatever your impressions of this update are, good or bad, I would still love to hear all your thoughts in the comments section below. With that being said, the main content today is the 3 new Telegram missions. That's not really a surprise. I guess it's a surprise that they were added today necessarily because Rockstar didn't confirm a release date, but we did know that they were coming at some point down the line, and they're finally here. So with that said, is there any more new content coming to Red Dead Online? Unless Rockstar confirms that we're getting more Telegram missions, because there's still a lot of unused audio files and cues and game string text and code prompts and all that. Well, that remains to be seen. I'm pretty certain we're going to see more eventually, and we're going to see more quality of life improvements and fixes, but in terms of any major themed DLC updates, no, that's still out of the question. It's not going to happen. But with that said, hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support you give to me here on my channel, both with my Red Dead videos and also my GTA Online videos. We're going to be covering both games here on the channel leading into the future, so I hope you can continue supporting what I do. Stick around with me on this journey. With that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video tomorrow. Adios, amigos.